Hi everyone, welcome back to Crafting at Whimsy Wonderland. My name is Stacy. You are here for day 15 of my Christmas in July series, and I'm going to make kind of a dry snow globe type thing. And it's kind of I have all this stuff around, what can I do with it, kind of trash to treasure kind of a thing. I have this candlestick that's meant for holding a pillar candle, and it came in a Michael's grab bag clearance thing. And you could use any candlestick that is made for that purpose, for holding a pillar candle. And then I have this jar that was gifted to me last year, full of cookies and candies and things. I think all of us probably have those lying around somewhere because they're too cute to just get rid of. And I think I have 5 or 6 of them, and I have a few of these, so I'm going to make a couple. And it has a lid on the bottom. Okay, I'm just going to take that lid off. And then I need some E6000. I've got a couple of little reindeer, a couple of little trees, and then you need to have something to use for snow. And I have all these heart-shaped tissue paper confettis that I had made up for another project. So I'm going to use that. You can also use those little white beads that you get at the Dollar Tree. Those would work as well. So the first thing I need to do is glue this plastic lid to the jar. I could just skip that and end up gluing the glass to the glass, but I don't want to do that because I might want to change it out. So I'm going to glue the lid down, and then the tree will just lock into the lid. I'm going to be careful not to get any glue on the inside of the lid. I'm going to keep it all on the back side. There we go. And I'm going to make sure I get some around the edge of the lid. And along with that, I'm going to put a couple of globs of hot glue. And I'm pushing that down into the top of the holder. And I need to put something heavy to hold that down. So I'm going to let that, I'm just putting a jar on there to hold that glue down. And I'm going to put some weight on it and let it set for about half an hour or so before I move on to the next step. The E6000 has had about 24 hours to dry, and now my plastic lid is stuck to my candlestick, which is great because now I can put this on, I can take it off and open it up and change it out if I want to, and I can decorate it however I want. Now I have a couple of ideas, and one of them is to make a little snow scene, and I have these 2 little mini reindeer, and I have a couple of trees. I think I'm only going to use the big one, but I have the little one just in case. And I have a little block because I want to elevate my deer up. And this is just one of those Jenga blocks from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use the one that has the writing on it because I'm going to glue it down. And that's just a good way to use a piece that you normally wouldn't use. So using hot glue, I'm going to glue my 2 reindeer to the block. And if I'm careful, I can glue both of them onto one. Then I only have one other piece I need to glue down. Another idea that I had would be to get one of those votive battery operated votive candles and put in here and put snow all around it. I think that would be so pretty. You just need to make sure that you attach it in a way that you can still turn it on. So I was thinking like a glue dot on the side so you could just like fold it open. I wanted to make one of those for you, but I haven't been able to find any of the votive size LED candles right now. Our Dollar Tree is out and our Walmart is out, but it is wedding season, so that's understandable. So anyway, I'm just going to show you the one with the deer, and if I happen to find the other ones, I will come back and update this video. Okay, so I'm going to start by gluing down my reindeer to the block, and to do that, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on each of its feet. Now, I'm not worrying too much about glue showing because there's going to be snow, and I am going to be using some of this confetti tissue paper to also cover up as snow. And then I'm going to get some of the beads, I think, the snow beads from the Dollar Tree. They have them right now. They're not actually meant to be snow, but they work great for it. So, you know, never use anything for its intended purpose. Where's the fun in that? Okay, so I'm going to put my reindeer and my tree up in here and decide how I want it. And I think I like it just like that. So I'm going to glue. I'm using hot glue instead of E6000 because I'm not gluing metal to metal. And I'm using plenty of it. That way, if I ever want to change this out, it's just in there with hot glue and you should be able to pop it out. Now, before I set this down and get it in there permanent, I'm going to put my tree back on and make sure that nobody's touching the tree, because when I take it off, I don't want it to be knocked over. Okay, and then I need to put a little bit of glue on my tree. So I've got them glued on there. And it will look something like that. The reason I wanted to elevate the deer was because they were so small. They were showing right here in this bend of the tree, and I didn't want that. I wanted them up higher. I would like to figure out how to suspend a star or something inside from the top. I need to plan that a little bit. So to take it off, I just make sure I hold this plastic lid down and I just pull the tree off and I can continue working. Okay, so I gave the glue some time to set so that these things are glued down really well. And the next thing I'm going to do is use some of this confetti. I made this myself with a die that I have. I was just experimenting with some things. But you can get this tissue paper in like party poppers and whatnot, and one of the best places to find it is the Target Dollar Spot. So yeah, it's not always going to be heart-shaped. A lot of times it'll be just round and it'll have different shapes of circles. But I thought the hearts kind of made it look a little bit more like billowy snow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue some of the snow down around here. And then I got some of these foam beads from the Dollar Tree. I found a bag in my closet. And I'm going to put some of those inside to make it a little bit more like a snow globe. But I want to make sure that this surface gets covered. So I'm going to start with just a little bit of glue. I'm starting in the tight places first. And I'm just going to stick a handful down in there. And so I'm just going to push some more in, push it down with my popsicle stick, and get it stuck to that glue. Then I'm just going to shake it off. What sticks, sticks, and what doesn't, doesn't. And I'm okay with that because I'm going to glue some more here in a minute. And I just kind of drag my popsicle stick over it so the pieces that are stuck together. I'm okay if there's a little bit of it loose that floats around in the jar if somebody shakes it, but that's not the goal. Now, if you're one who likes lots of glitter, now would be a good time to sprinkle a little glitter over the top. I think this is glittery enough for me. I used to be super duper into glitter, and everything at Christmas had to have glitter on it, but as I've gotten older and styles have changed a little bit, I don't do as much glitter as I used to. Alright, now I'm just going to check to make sure the tree still fits on, and it does. So here comes the snow part. And I have a feeling this is going to be messy. Okay, so I'm going to pour some of these snow beads in, and I'm just going to do a little at first and check it out. So I'm just filling the tip the first section of the tip of the tree with the snow beads. Then I'm going to turn my tree upside down. Oops, I've got some glue strings on my antlers here. I'm going to turn my tree upside down, put it inside, and snap the lid. So you can see by the mess of my desk that I had a little oopsie-doopsie. What happened was I got hot glue into this little lip right here, and as I put the tree on and then turned it right side up, the jar came undone. Now it didn't break, thank goodness, but it just didn't have the room it needed to seal because I got too much glue down in the lip. So be very, very careful not to get the glue in the lip because it's not fun to try to get it back out. I was worried I was going to cut through my lid with my knife because I had to use the knife to get the glue loose. So let's give this another try. I've got snow beads in up to the first section of my tree. Make sure it's snapped on before you turn it right side up. Save yourself a little headache. And then they're kind of staticky, so they kind of float around in there like snow. This still isn't super duper so strong. So that's okay though, because I'm going to be putting a ribbon around here. And I'm thinking I might want to use like a burlap ribbon. And that way I can kind of glue the ribbon down to the lid. So it'll be a little harder to take apart when I decide I want to change it out, but I think in the long run it'll be a good thing. So I'm going to find the front of my scene. Also, one thing I didn't pay really close attention, but I got mostly lucky. Pay attention to my candlestick has a square bottom, so you don't want to kind of set it like that. Make sure that your scene is pointing to the front of your candlestick when you go to put it together. I got lucky because I didn't think about that. So now I'm going to take this small burlap ribbon and I'm going to glue, I don't know if you can see that. This right here is the lip. I've got the glass edge and I've got the plastic lid lip, and then I've got the tree. I'm going to put the glue on the tree and on this plastic lip. And that's how I'm going to attach my burlap. And this is just the first wrapping, and I might do another wrap around after I get this on. I just have to see how it's going to work and if it's going to help solve the problem of the tree coming apart. Now, with hot glue, if you're gluing it onto glass, don't expect it to be super strong, because it won't be. And if you're going to need to wipe some off, you need to wipe it off right away. Otherwise, when you go to peel it off, it'll peel the whole string of glue off. So I'm just using my popsicle stick, pushing it against the plastic of the lid and the glass of the jar. And I'm rolling it as it cools enough to touch. I'm rolling it and just getting it off of the candlestick. So it's really hard for you to see, and I'm sorry. Let me put it down this way, and hopefully it won't come apart in the process. I'm just doing little sections at a time because hot glue cools really fast when you're gluing onto glass or to metal. I don't recommend gluing to metal. With hot glue, it will not stick. That's why we have E6000. I'm being pretty liberal with the glue because I don't want this to come apart and those beads to go everywhere, because they're not fun to clean up. They're very staticky and they just kind of go where the wind takes them, which is what you want inside of the jar. Inside of the jar, not on the outside. Okay, now I've come to the end where I'm going to double over, so I'm just going to trim my ribbon off. I love using burlap ribbon for Christmas. It's just I don't know why it just says Christmas, casual Christmas. But you can also take burlap and really make it dressy by adding some lace and whatnot. Okay. I actually kind of just like that the way it is. I'm going to do one of my burlap bows, I think. My jute bows, I should say. I'm going to try one and just see what it looks like. So if you've watched any of my other Christmas in Julys, you know, hold it between your thumb and your index finger, wrap it around your 4 fingers 6 times. Start and stop in the same spot. Cut another piece that's long, where you still have it between your thumb and your index. You're going to squish it together, making sure that those two loose ends are in the middle so that they'll get tied by this string. Tie one knot, don't double knot it yet. Make sure that the knot is centered in your bow. Then tie it tight and tie it again. Make sure it's good and tight, and then just kind of adjust it so that your tails are hanging where you want them to hang. And I'm just going to put some glue on the back of my bow, and it's going to go over the seam right in the front. You might need to hold it for just a moment. These beads, oh my goodness, they're going to be the death of me, but I love them because they look so natural as snow. No! At this point, I'm just going to throw them away and put them in a jar and start again. The ones that are out, I've got too much junk on my desk that when I try to sweep them up and reuse them, there's too much dust in them because they're sticking to everything. Okay, there you have it. My cute little centerpiece. Now, lights up inside of there would be cute. If you're going to do lights, the little snow beads might not work because you're going to need to run a cord through or have a hole drilled or something. But that would be really cute to have lights in there. But there's the first one of hopefully a series of them. And hopefully I will find some candles. Now I can turn it upside down and it snows on my deer. So I think that's really cute. If you like this project, give it a thumbs up. And let me know what you think about it in the comments. This has been Crafting at Whimsy Wonderland. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.